Thank you.
Now you have time to watch. There we go. You've had time to watch some film. So out of the good and the bad, where were some of the good things that you saw, your best pass, as well as one you think you wish you could have back?
For me, really, I think it was just the start was a little shaky. Not just my play, but as a team, we had a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces playing in the show for the first time. So I think it wasn't so much nerves as it was excitement. Like everyone was trying to, go out there and hurry up and make the play, just because,
Yeah.
We're excited to be at home, in front of the fans. But as far as plays wish I could get back, I don't really think there is any. I mean, we played a pretty good game offensively and defensively. The team played very well rounded, played complementary football. So I'm proud of the result.
Which one was your favorite?
Probably the first one. I would
The
say
first
first
one?
touchdown. Yeah, that's something I'll remember probably forever. Just first touchdown in the stadium.
Yeah.
Hey, Malik, Heather McDonough, NBC4. Kind of piggybacking off that. The start wasn't, I guess, how you would draw it up, whether you said, you were off on some throws or the receivers, there were some drops. How did you have, I guess, like you're just a freshman, but you've had success in high school. Where does that come from, I guess, to kind of rebound so quickly and then have the second quarter like you guys did and have the rest of the game? And how proud of you are yourself, you know what I mean, of how you rebounded from that?
Yeah, it was really my teammates. They kind of just kept confidence in me, after like the early struggles, and they told me they believed in me that we're working really hard since we got here in January, and all the hard work is going to show off. Just stay with it and stay consistent. A lot of the older guys told me, their first experiences in the game were kind of similar, just because of the excitement that comes with playing college football for the first time. So really, just my teammates being able to believe in me, and then. As far as how proud I am of myself, I would say decently. Like I said, it wasn't a performance like, the start that I wanted, but we finished up pretty strong. And but there's always room for improvement.
And you kind of answered my next question, but do you allow yourself to, to win your first college start, to have an impressive performance? Do you allow yourself, or how long, I guess, did you allow yourself, knowing that it was a short week, to celebrate that, but then knowing certainly that you had Northern Illinois coming up next?
Probably just for the rest of the day, and then Sunday it was, right back to it because we have a short week this week.
Yeah, Malik, take me through Sunday morning, getting up and kind of being like, oh, okay, week one happened. I've been prepping for this game all off season, and now, I have a game that usually you would start Monday for, but starting on Sunday, did you wake up, kind of immediately go to the building? What were the scenes on Sunday for you?
Yeah, we woke up, did our check-in in the morning, had breakfast, and then got straight to the NIU stuff. It was really no time. Of course, we watched the game back, just corrections and things like that. And then we were right on to the next opponent.
And how much, being a freshman, it's going to probably feel interesting to play on Friday, kind of back to your Spalding days. Are you looking forward to it? And have you seen the Friday night games? Like, did you ever come for a visit? And how excited are you to play in that type of atmosphere?
Super excited. I think it was maybe 2 years ago when we played UVA at night, and we had the kick return to the house, and that game was so fun and so electric. So I'm really excited to get out there on Friday.
Malik, Dave Preston, WTOP in Washington. You mentioned Northern Illinois seeing their tape a little bit. What is it about their defense that made a ton of huge plays against Holy Cross? What is it about their D that concerns you guys?
For us, really, it's not so much about what concerns us as long as we stay to our rules and, do what we do best. They're a sound defense, with a pretty good defensive coordinator. They like to mix it up a decent amount without getting too much into the game plan, but they're a really sound team.
Biggest lesson, too, that you learned in your debut that will help you moving forward? You only get one, you get one initial game. What did you learn the most this Saturday that will help you out?
Consistency is key. Just staying with it, ups and downs. The game's going to have ebbs and flows. Just being able to, stay consistent and stay balanced throughout the game.
Hey, Malik. I've gathered you and Sydney played against each other in high school. I assume you guys are fairly close. Can you just kind of talk about, the relationship you guys have as two freshmen coming in, trying to make a big imprint on this program?
Yeah, we both got here in early January, me and the rest of the early enrollees. So we all just kind of stayed on one another, being the new guys on campus along with the transfers, and being able to just go together and put in a lot of work just because we knew we had some catching up to do because it's our first time playing college football. So there's a learning curve, but trying to get through that as fast as possible. And then as far as me and Say's relationship, we're pretty good friends off the field. We talk a decent amount, just pushing each other constantly, trying to be the best.
And after he had the safety on Saturday, he kind of did the bull celebration. I'm curious, just when you see the joy that he plays the game with, does that inspire you and others to kind of, play with that same level of, fun?
Yeah, it's contagious, the energy that he brings day in and day out, whether he's having a good day off the field or a bad day, he's constantly going to bring that energy, and it fuels everybody else.
Hey, Malik. What was like the biggest thing that stood out, the biggest difference you saw in your first game between high school and college?
Probably the atmosphere. Just, so many people out there that are willing to support the team, not just, people that even go here, people that went to other schools or, past alumni and things like that, just coming out to watch the Terps.
And then you threw over 40 times that game. Did you expect to be throwing the ball that much, especially in your first game?
I didn't even realize it, to be honest, to the end of the game. And, they pulled up the stat sheet, and I was like, oh, I did throw the ball 40 times. I mean, whatever, Coach Pep is a great football mind, and I trust everything that he does. So we have all the game plans for a reason. So whether it's throw the ball 40 times or throw it 4 times, as long as we win the game, it doesn't matter to me.
Hey, Malik, when you're on the sideline and you see the defense make a play early and get points for you guys, just how much does that fuel you and kind of inspire the offense?
A huge amount. Turnovers are such a big part of the game, and then being able to capitalize off points without us even having to go on the field just changes the flow of a game dramatically. So them being able to do that and turn the ball over 6 times, it was great for us as an offense just because they put us in good field position and allowed us to score.
Malik, that was going to be my question pretty much. How does that help you when the defense is able to force 6 turnovers?
Yeah, it makes the game of offense a lot easier. You're having great field position. You're not going to start backed up, and your chances of scoring when you're, plus 50 and over go up dramatically.
Just had one more for you. In the last couple days, are there any, whether it's friends, family, mentors, any people who have reached out to you that kind of stick with you that you could share just any of that with us?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my close friends and family, of course, my parents, my grandparents, my pastor at my church reached out. Everybody just congratulating me and telling me that, they've known this was coming for a long time, and now they're glad that the world gets to see just, the person I am, and not just the football player, but, me as a person.
The pastor, that's pretty big.
Yeah, Pastor Brent, she's an amazing lady. She's an amazing woman. She actually sent me a prayer this morning for myself just to listen to, so I appreciate her a lot.
How important? I mean, that's such a unique relationship. How important is that for you?
Super. I'm big on my faith, so having her around to constantly support me, and she understands the game and how it can kind of take a toll on you mentally and physically. So her having that support for me, it means a lot.
All right, I want to talk about the. There have been some amazing opportunities they gave to you to throw the ball and make these completions. So I want you to highlight them for a little bit.
Yeah, the big guys up front, they've been working. I think they're probably the hardest working position group we have in the building, just from what I've seen. They're in there day in and day out, whether it's meetings or extra time in the weight room, just to build that wall up front. Because and Coach Pep had emphasized this really early on when we first got there that we're going to play through the O-line. Like our success is based on the O-line, so that's why we put so much time into them, and they're going out there and reaping the benefits of their time now.
Like, what do you feel, having played a full game at the college level now, what do you feel the biggest differences with this offense in game form as opposed to in practice form when you guys are going up against space?
Sometimes, in practice, sometimes it can be scripted, and then in the game when coach is flowing and he's seeing the defense and reacting, like the play calling can change a little bit just because in practice, there's certain things you want to work on to see, how your team reacts to them, and in the game, it's about what we're doing best.
Malik, back here with the cameras. We're talking earlier about the turnover differential, 6-0, but for you guys on offense, that 0 is important, and not only 6, but the 6-0. What were you seeing in the defense, especially after that slow start, to keep things clear for you to not throw that first interception just yet?
Just taking what the defense gives me, not trying to get greedy or anything like that. If the underneath is there, we got guys that can make plays with the ball in their hands. So getting into them on those, shallow crossers or any, check downs, anything like that underneath, and letting the ball players be ball players.
What's the biggest difference you notice between high school defenses and that first college defense against FAU?
The college defenses disguise stuff a lot more. They're holding their shell longer and things like that. Everybody understands that they kind of have to work like a well-oiled machine, so they're moving in unison and things like that.
Malik, Mike was saying earlier that he expects defenses to play you differently now they have game film on you. How do you anticipate that, and then how do you counteract that?
Just trust the process and trust the rules that we have as an offense, and trust the preparation, that we've been attacking each week with. No matter, what we're presented with, we'll find a way to adjust to it and keep moving forward.
Malik, how crucial was it for your confidence to get off to such a good start in your very first game?
My teammates had confidence in me. I'm pretty sure they would have confidence in me no matter what, whether it was a good start or a bad start. So, they really instill that confidence in me, and they keep me high. And then, of course, I have confidence in myself just because of the work, that I put in the offseason and throughout my life. Good. Thank y'all.
As a reminder, after Lavain and Kaleb, the fall sports media today will be on the second floor. If everybody is set, we'll go right into questions for Lavain.
Hey, Lavain, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Wanted to ask you, you've been here for a while and played in some of these Friday night games. As a player, how much does it feel like you're going back to high school a little bit? And does the preparation, can you kind of take us through what changes versus playing a Friday night game compared to a Saturday contest?
Honestly, it's the same thing. It's just a different day, but you still got to prepare the same way. I don't really see a big difference in it, So yeah.
Welcome in. You guys have had a couple days to let the tape settle from Saturday, and I'm sure there are little things that you guys would like to improve upon, even though you had 6 takeaways and you held them to 7. What sort of little things does this defense look to kind of move from week 1?
I would say more communication. Running to the ball faster. It looks slow to the ball sometime, and I'll also say. When the ball's in the air, catch the ball. We left a lot of picks out there on the field, and so I'll really say is those. Cause I feel like we played with a lot of discipline, very very violent at times, and so I would say those.
And it's still a game on the field, but what's a Friday night game here in College Park like to you as opposed to a normal Saturday at noon affair?
I feel like it get on us pretty fast. We just came from that Saturday games and right back around to now a Friday game coming up. It get on us pretty fast. That's really what it is. It's the same mentality, though.
Like the atmosphere of the stadium.
Oh, atmosphere it's pretty amazing, honestly. A lot of fans, as y'all seen Saturday, a lot of fans came out, and I expect more this Friday.
Man, how would you describe Ted Monticino's kind of style or demeanor as a coordinator, and how does he make you guys better?
He pushes us a lot. He's a good guy. He's a great guy, honestly. And his playbook is one of a kind. It's amazing. He get us the things that make us play fast, play easy. Nothing hard to where we got to think a lot. More think about what the other team is about to do and not what we have to do. So I'll say, yeah, he's a good guy.
Does he get your guys' ear more knowing that he has all this NFL experience and has excelled at that level too?
Say it again.
Does he have your even more knowing that he's had so much success at the NFL level too?
Yeah. So yeah, because he has some history with the Ravens. The Ravens, that's my favorite team. He played with a lot of guys like Terrell Suggs and all of them. So yeah,
Hey, Joyner and Glasgow both targeted 6 times on Saturday, only allowed 4 catches for 16 yards. How could you feel the presence of their additions to the defense on Saturday?
Yeah, man. I'll say those 2 guys are impressive, man. I'll say Joyner for a start. Joyner, you can really feel his energy. He really brings it every time. Anytime you make a play, you can really feel his energy. And 14, he's more of a silent guy. He's a silent guy. He just put his head down and he do the job. And I'll say, yeah, I feel the energy a lot, man.
Hey, it was very impressive performance against the deep ball in particular. Was that a point of emphasis, defending the deep ball after last season? And then if so, what specifically did you guys do as a unit to shore up against deep balls?
Yeah, I'll say it was definitely a point of emphasis starting since the beginning. I mean, the last season ended, it was a high point of emphasis. And then it's I feel like last year that's what killed us. So it's we had to be deep, we had to have good eyes at times, and we have to know what's coming and what the team is going to do. Thank you, guys.
Wide receiver Kaleb Webb. We'll go right into questions. We'll get you a mic if you have a question for Kaleb.
Hey, Kaleb. Working with Malik and getting into the groove in the first quarter there, Did you see an improvement first quarter to second quarter from him, or was it mainly he kind of joked post game that he needed to get some balls better to you guys, or just you guys adjusting to the way he was throwing it?
I don't think it was a major shift in his gameplay. I know I talked to him before the game. I just told him to go out there, like, be confident, like, just another game for you. Especially, I know he had a lot of family there, so, I mean, you want to put on, like, your best possible performance. So I'm telling him just to go out there, not trying to force anything, just play your game. And I feel like he was aggressive early, which kind of helped the offense get going, like, later on, especially in the pass game. So, yeah.
Hey, Caleb. I was just wondering, did you ever play in a Friday night game at Tennessee? Is this your first one you've played at in college?
I don't think so. I think we may have, like my freshman year, we played like Ball State or something.
Mhm.
I think that was like a week game, but I'm not 100% sure.
Does it feel like high school again, like kind of, and does your preparation, not the nature of it, but just having to move everything up a day, what changed about it this week compared to typical game week?
I just feel like you move on from like the last game earlier. Just start your preparation like you said, like just a little bit earlier. You can celebrate the FAU win, but that kind of only lasts for that Saturday. You can't really take that Sunday off. You have to start watching film and getting your body right for the next week.
Kaleb, Heather McDonough, NBC4. What should we know about Malik? We're still getting to know him very early on. What, as a teammate, maybe stuff that we see behind this, that you see behind the scenes, inside the huddle, that makes him, whether it's a good leader, a good performer, what do we need to know?
I mean, he's everything you just said. And he's also just having fun with the game as well. Like, I mean, he's a 18-year-old kid at the end of the day, so it's like this just like a kid's game to him almost. But he takes the necessary approach, whether that's in the film room, holding his teammates accountable. Like for me, I know like it's certain plays like in practice, he just like steady encouraging me if I mess something up, if he messed something up on his part. Like he has constant reassurance, making sure I'm in a good headspace, everybody else in a good headspace.
And how, I guess, good of a leader do you have as a freshman? But he's the starting quarterback, so there's that balance. He's only a freshman, but he's the starting quarterback. So how do you see him able to do these things at such a young age and young stage?
I would just say it probably just comes from like his environment. Like it's honestly surprised me him coming in and just being so comfortable and like being able to play so freely. Like usually freshmen go through like a learning curve and they have to get adjusted to the college speed, but seeing him come out that first spring practice and him not being afraid to make mistakes, like taking like shots even if that's not the necessary like what's presented to him, just having that confidence in him. So I feel like that kind of just carries over.
Hey, Caleb. Jaleel is probably the most experienced and just the oldest guy in the receiver room. I'm curious, what have you seen from him as a leader, both on and off the field, and what are some bits and pieces that you can take from him and kind of learn for yourself?
I would just say it's probably like the biggest thing is probably the composure piece. Like you said, he has the most like production and probably like the most experience out of all the receivers. So I feel like Jaleel does a good job of just approaching the game the right way. Like on and off the field, as well as keeping everybody in a good headspace to make sure we're not playing like frantic or anything.
Caleb, I was wondering, was there anything that Malik did during the game that maybe surprised you?
Honestly, I would just say like you said, the offense didn't really start out as great as we wanted to. Just seeing his composure, like not panicking and not trying to force anything the next time he came out. That was good to see from him, especially like him being a freshman. Just like seeing his composure and his ability to like stay in the game no matter like the ebbs and flows of the game. So.
You mentioned that's good to see from him, but is there a part of you that kind of wishes maybe he was a little bit more emotional, like, hey, kind of like, I don't know, taking himself to task for not hitting his receivers or anything like that?
Can you repeat that?
Is there a part of you that kind of wishes he was maybe a little bit more emotional when he wasn't playing as well? Or is that something that you appreciate, that he is not that emotional?
I mean, I feel like when you keep your emotion steady, that keeps like the like your team's focus like
still within the game. I feel like if like sometimes when people can get emotional, it can often like get people's like head out of the game almost. So him being able to keep a steady head and keep encouraging his teammates, even though we didn't start out the way we wanted to, that was good for us.
We'll have Malik here at 1:15. For now, you guys are welcome to eat. Go down to.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna leave them up there because I think they're coming back up here, right?